referring down low. Addie Johnston. Ball takes a cheap shot. Arrow bullseye. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Arrow TV, the best high school broadcast produced entirely by Watertown high school students and community members. I am Cam Corey, your host for tonight's Double-A action between the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors and your Watertown Arrows. Both teams are on the court getting ready for tonight's action. As we talk about these teams, Sioux Falls Washington comes in tonight with a 6-7 record and are currently seated in the 10th position in the Double-A power points. Sioux Falls Washington is coached by head coach Jamie Parrish. You know, Jamie Parrish has had a storied, I would say, career up to this point. He's in his third season with the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. You know, and let's just talk about Sioux Falls Washington. They really have had a storied recent history, at least. You know, they've won 4 championships, South Dakota Double-A championships in the last 9 years, and they've been in the championship game 6 out of the 9 last years. They last played in the state championship game in 2014, 2015, and 2016. We see Coach Rohde and Coach Parrish sharing a laugh and meeting with the referee there right before this game. You know, overall, Coach Parrish is in his 10th year at the helm of the, or actually 10th year as a head coach for basketball in the state of South Dakota. He teaches PE, health at Washington High School. And, you know, in 2015, he led the Warriors to the state class Double-A championship and the title. He was named the girls basketball coach of the year in 2015, so he has really had a good career. You know, interestingly enough, he's had the unique distinction of coaching in the state tournament in all 3 classes in South Dakota girls basketball. He's won championships in 2 different classes with Vermilion and with Sioux Falls. Actually, that was with Centerville. He was a head coach in Vermilion as well, but he won qualified for the state tournament in 2011 for Centerville. So just a fantastic coach. He's had other coaching stops at the University of South Dakota as an assistant, at Mount Marty University there in Yankton, and he was a coach at Hot Springs. So he's certainly someone that does have a storied history. Let's talk about the players for Sioux Falls Washington. Their starters is number 14, Claire Woods. She's a 5'7" junior guard. She averages 6.8 points per game. Number 20, Isabel Sarda, 5'10" senior forward, and she averages 5.2 points per game. Number 23, she leads this team. We're going to talk about her in just a minute, but that's Grace Peterson, a 6-foot junior forward, and leads the team with 13.8 points per game. Number 32, Rylan Kennett, a 5'10" sophomore forward, and she puts in 7.2 points per game. And number 44, Ava Brink, she holds down that center position at 6'1" and a senior. She averages 6.1 points per game. Our impact players tonight from Sioux Falls, Washington, and we talked about her, Grace Peterson. The other one from Washington is Rylan Kennett. Grace Peterson is a second-team All-State player. She can shoot from inside and outside. We are excited to watch her. Rylan Kennett, she's as we mentioned, a 5'10" sophomore forward, and she shoots at a 79.2% from the free throw and 28.6% from the three-point line. On the opposite side, they're going to be facing off by the Arrows impact players of Emery Thury. Emery Thury is a junior. She stands at 5 foot 10 inches tall, and she averages 9.6 points per game and 8.4 rebounds per game. The other impact player for the Arrows is Miranda Falconer, a senior. She averages 8 points per game, as well as 1.8 rebounds per game and 2.3 points per game. She shoots the three at a 31% clip. We'll talk a little bit more about those impact players in just a moment. Sioux Falls, Washington is an athletic team. They're going to bring off the bench Dana Harp. She's a 5'10 sophomore forward. She averages 7.1 points per game. Shoots the three-pointer, right just over 12%. So an area, but these Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors, they are a good team. They come in at just 6 and 7, but they have height. They've got athleticism. They're younger. And we're going to see number 30, Tierney Schramm, a 5'11 junior forward, come off the bench. She averages 4.6 points per game. And then we may see Kerrigan Harkema, also a 6'2 junior center. She averages 1.5 points per game coming off the bench as well. So a lot of height for Coach Parrish and his squad. Sioux Falls, Washington does average 51.4 points per game. So they average, just about putting on the board 10 points over the Arrows. The Arrows only average 42.5 points per game. So leg up to the offensive side maybe for Washington coming into tonight. The Warriors give up 48 points per game to the Arrows giving up 49.5 points per game as well. Your Watertown Arrows, they are coming home after defeating Sioux Falls Lincoln earlier this week. They come into tonight at 3-10 and holding on to that 15th position in the AA PowerPoint standings. Tonight would do a lot for them to secure a place in that SODAC 16 as we, start going down the stretch in this 24 basketball season. The starters for the Watertown Arrows is a senior where she wears number 4, Addie Johnston. She is a 5'6 senior guard. She averages 5 points per game, 1.7 assists per game, and 1.4 steals per game. She shoots over 20% from the three-point line. Emery Thury, we talked about her. She's the junior, 5'10 junior forward. She averages 8.4 rebounds per game, 9.6 points per game, 3.1 steals per game. She is super athletic. She's not afraid to attack the hoop. We're going to see that off the dribble and going down to the lane to get those higher percentage shots. She also is quick and likely to defend maybe either her or Addie Johnston. We will see matching up against Grace Peterson. Also starting for the Watertown Arrows, she's one of our impact players, Miranda Falconer, a 5'7 senior guard. She averages 8 points per game, 1.8 rebounds per game, and 2.3 assists per game. She shoots the three at a 31% clip. She's a left-hander, good off that left-hand side, and one of our impact players. Number 24, Jade Lund. She is a 5'8 senior forward for the Arrows. She averages 7.7 points per game and 2.7 rebounds per game. She is one that is streaky. She has the ability to put up double figures each and every night. If the Warriors give her room, she's not afraid to shoot from that three-point line. The other rounding out the starters is number 34, Avery Munger. She is a 5'10 senior forward, averages 3.3 points per game and 3.9 rebounds per game. The last 2 games we have seen Munger play, she has really had a coming out party. She is a strong body down low. We're going to see her, facing off against the big trees of Sioux Falls, Washington. And again, in the last 2 games, she's had that coming out party. She's played with a big body. She's owned her area on the paint and has become more of a scoring threat. So we look for that to continue here tonight with Avery Munger. The Arrows do go very deep into their bench. And we're going to see coming off the bench tonight, Emma Hendricks, a 5'7", junior guard. We're going to see a freshman in Jordan Remmer. She's 5'6", freshman guard. She wears number 12, and she is averaging just over 1.5 points, actually 1.3 points per game and 1.2 rebounds per game. Neely Johnson, she is a senior. She wears number 20. And she will come off the bench for the Arrows as well. She's a good shooter from that three-point arc, and she shoots at a 30% average from three-point range. Madison Grimsrud, a 6'1" junior center. We expect her to come off the bench tonight as well, and she will face off against those tall trees of Sioux Falls, Washington. She averages 1.2 points per game as well. And number 42, Kinsey Russell, a 5'6" sophomore guard. She has been getting a lot of minutes as well coming off of the bench. We expect that to continue. And Malia Kranz, another super strong girl down low, a 5'10" sophomore forward for the Arrows, averages 1.9 points per game and 1.8 rebounds per game. We'll talk more about her. She is a phenomenal thrower for the Arrows. But we're about ready for game time, so we're going to turn it over to Mark Bellum. He's our public address announcer in the Watertown Civic Arena.
Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. Athletic training services and care of our athletes are provided by Prairie Lake Sports Medicine. Through certified athletic trainers Michelle Lighthizer, Jeff Rothschild, Aero Care, close to home. At this time, we ask you to remain standing for the national anthem. Please show proper respect to the flag by removing your hat. Stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. The anthem will be played by the Watertown High School Band under the direction of Austin Ford. First, let's meet the Arrow cheerleaders. Natalie Benson, Brooklyn Dahl, Shane Hoffman, Warren Keller, Mackenzie Lewis, Kaylin Nordquist, Cameron Nordquist, Alexis Olson, and Adrian Schultz. Arrow cheerleading advisor is Mallory Hoffman. Your starting lineups first for the visiting Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. Number 14 is a 5'7" junior guard, Claire Woods. Number 20 is a 5'10" senior forward, Isabel Sargent. junior forward Grace Peterson. Number 32 is a 5'10" sophomore forward Rylan Beck. And number 44 is a 6'1" senior center Eva Brink. Assistant coaches Alex Irvine, Alicia Hess, and Michaela Mayer. Head coach of the Warriors, Gene Parrish.
And we are ready to go here at the Watertown Civic Arena. It is warm outside, spring weather. Unusual for this time of year. And good evening. I'm joined in the booth tonight by Lynn Langrock. So good evening, Lynn.
How are you tonight?
I am very good, very good. We've got a tip-off between the Watertown Arrows and Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. On paper, Sioux Falls Washington has a distinct height advantage against the Arrows.
Yes, they do.
As you see down low, Munger, and it looks like Brink going at it there, and turnover by Sioux Falls Washington. Sarter with the drive, left hand, or right hand, no good. Rebound does come down by way of Sioux Falls, Washington, but the foul is called. So we're going to see number 32 of Rylan Kennett go to the line for Sioux Falls, Washington. Rylan is a 79.2% free throw shooter. She is a sophomore. First one's up and good. That foul was called on Miranda Falconer for the Arrows.
You know, and certainly Washington brings in a long, tall, long club who can get up and down the floor well. They're very athletic. It's going to be a challenge for the Arrows to contain them, especially inside tonight.
Yeah, and the Arrows coming off of their third win of the season against Sioux Falls Lincoln earlier this week. We'll see if some momentum stays with them. Johnson now top of the key, now gives it over to Thury. Thury to Falconer, over to Jade Lund. Jade Lund is one of those sharpshooters for the Arrows. Gives it up to Johnston. Shot clock down to 10 seconds, down to Munger. Munger goes up. No good. Rebound by Claire Woods. Claire Woods going to push it up the court. Now she's going to pull it back, get into that half-court offense. Back to Woods. Woods guarded by Falconer. Now out to the perimeter, and they're going to call a travel on Grace Peterson. Going to give a shout out tonight to Isabel Sarda's father, John Sarda, a friend of mine down there, retired police officer Lynn, as both Lynn and I are as well. So good evening, John. Now he's enjoying his retirement job for the Pentagon, doing some sports programming, but longtime Sioux Falls police detective, and he tunes in Got a text from him.
Nice. Nice to know that people are watching.
Ryland gets stopped down low, gives it outside to the three-point, where it is drained by Grace Peterson. Grace Peterson, second-team All-State. We talked about her in the pregame. She is both an inside and outside threat for Sioux Falls, Washington. Sioux Falls, Washington, again, coming in tonight at 6-7.
And Washington is in that number 10 spot in the South Dakota PowerPoint seedings. Watertown sits in number 15.
Faulkner getting the bank. Addie Johnston with the long rebound. She's going to push it up the court, get across that 10-second line over to Faulkner. Faulkner looks something going on. Zone defense. Close to a steal, and the ricochet comes off to Johnston. Johnston's going to dribble off the drive, and she gets it to go on the short floater. Shots up, no good. Rebound to Faulkner. Faulkner gets that off of the missed shot of Kennett. You know, as we talk about retired police officers, our director, Ryan Remmers, he's not retired, but still a police officer.
Correct. He is not retired that I'm aware of. And doing a fine job with Aero TV.
He is. He is the brains behind our operation here. Addie Johnston's going to inbound this. We do have some subs coming in for Sioux Falls, Washington. Number 22, Dana Harp. By the way, she's got a couple of twins tonight at halftime. We're going to have South Dakota Twins trivia. Just gave you a hint to maybe one of the Kahoot answers. Dana Harp is a 5'10" sophomore forward. Claire Woods is going to be picked up by Addie Johnston at the half-court line. Good ball movement on the outside by Sioux Falls, Washington. Thury gets Peterson to pick up her dribble. Now it does go over to Woods. Woods drives. Right hand, shoots, no good. Thury with the rebound. Thury's going to push it up to Kinsey Russell, who's in for her first time tonight. She is a sophomore. Johnston off the dribble, and she's picked from behind. They're going to call a foul, I believe, maybe on Claire Woods. 3:56 remaining. Warriors up 5-4. Malia Kranz. We talked about her in pregame. She is just a phenomenal thrower in shot put and discus, placed in state as a freshman. We're going to see some good things out of her. Track season just right around the corner.
You know, it won't be long. The kids are going to be out there, well, hopefully out there, if the weather can hold, and they'll be having a nice early spring for once.
Yes, on our nice new track.
On our nice new track, versus being indoors for a 3 or 4 week period.
Emery Thury gets the rebound. Offensive rebound goes up for 2, so the Arrows up now 6-5 at the early going of this game.
Washington coming off a kind of a tough loss in their last game against Brookings. I see, and Watertown did beat Brookings in their first contest, so you know this game might be a little more evenly matched, even though the size says maybe it's not so much.
Rebound by Malia Kranz. And she gets it off to Faulkner. Faulkner's going to get it up the court. She is picked up at midcourt by Woods. Over to Neely Johnson. Woods with the steal. She's going to wait for her teammates to get down the court. She now gets it over to the right wing. Now back to Woods. Woods guarded by Kinsey Johnson, or Russell. And it looks like we're going to, Isabel Sarda is going to go to the line. Isabel Sarda, she is also a javelin thrower and track, and she's got a personal record of herself, 133 feet. She also is a softball player, catcher and an outfielder, so a multi-sport athlete, which we do talk about here on Aero TV, that we do appreciate these athletes, both men and women, that are playing multiple sports, and we're seeing this, sometimes I think maybe some athletes down in Sioux Falls get a bad rap of being single sport athletes, but we're seeing Sarda here tonight as a multi-sport athlete. Faulkner gets down now to Thury right there on the elbow. She's going to look, she's going to drive, she's got the open, she shoots, and no good, but she gets her own rebound out to Faulkner. Faulkner shoots, no good. Rebound comes down to Sioux Falls, Washington's Ava Brink.
The javelin's been in South Dakota track for, is it 3 years now?
I think it's on its third year.
I think you're right. Kind of a nice sport to have.
Yeah, that was a nice addition to the field events. Nice
event.
drive there by Sarda. Faulkner, another multi-sport athlete. She was set the school record this year in assists as the arrow setter. Shots up, nice mid-range shot by Emery Thury. That's not something that you see often anymore in high school sports, whether it be men or women, that mid-range shot. It's usually dribble drive and dish out, so you see the layup or the three-pointer, and we've seen a couple of mid-range shots here tonight, Lynn.
And Emery she's been doing that kind of the last few games. We've seen her really get into that paint and do that 10 to 12-foot jumper, and she can have a lot of success doing that.
Tierney Schramm in the game right now, a 5'11 junior forward. She averages 4.6 points per game, going to the line for the Warriors. First one's up, no good. The Arrows are going to bring in a slew of subs in Jade Lund, Avery Munger, and Addie Johnston. Thury and Faulkner will remain on the court. And the next one goes, and she's going to take a breather and bring in Grace Peterson. Grace Peterson, we talk about her. We expect her to have a big night, as she does generally most nights. I think she's maybe a top 5 player in South Dakota women's basketball right now at the high school level.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's been kind of a clean, quick first quarter. Not a lot of turnovers, not a lot of fouls. Things are moving pretty crisp here tonight. It's kind of fun to see, just some good action.
And that foul was called on Sarda, and is that her third already in this first period? 1:18 left, and she's got 3. Bullseye for Jade Lund. Arrows up 11-8. Minute left in period number 1. Going to look to get low. Peterson with the three-pointer. She's trying to match it. Doesn't go. Fight down low. Bodies all over. Washington's going to come down with the rebound. Shots up by Woods, and she gets that to go. Claire Woods on the board with 3 points. Shots up, no good. Nice rebound by Jade Lund. She gets in there and for the bucket and the foul. So some energy out of the Arrows in period number 1. Jade Lund is going to go to the free throw line. She is a senior. And Jade Lund, she averages 7.7 points per game. Does not get to the free throw line much. In fact, I think this might be her 3rd time all year.
Or second time, 3rd attempt.
Second time, 3rd attempt. That's correct in the new rules on the season. And she gets that one to go.
If my memory serves me right, Jade would be 1 for 3, only because her coach told her to miss one the last game we were at home. So we won't count that. We'll go 1 for 2.
Shots up. Another mid-range for Sioux Falls, Washington. That was number 50 of Kerrigan Harkema that gets that one to go. Just about a travel, but Faulkner gets rid of it. Over to Lund on that perimeter. 8 seconds remaining. Down low to Munger. Munger with a nice dribble. No good. Rebound to Woods. And Woods is going to get a travel. Actually, that wasn't Woods. That's Dana Harp. Dana Harp is called for the travel after the rebound. The Arrows will have 0.5 seconds remaining on the board, so not enough time, I don't think, to catch and shoot. So we'll see what happens. And that's time. So after period number 1, it is 14-13. We're going to take a break. We'll be back.
Come to Sharp Automotive Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
So we've got a good one here in period number 1, 14-13 after 1. Both teams really clean.
Pretty clean. 3 turnovers for Watertown, 2 for Washington. Not a lot of fouls, except for the one player for Washington. She got 3, but it hasn't been too bad. Field goal percentage, 40% Washington, 46% Watertown. Yeah, it's pretty clean, kind of a quick, crisp, mistake-free balls. It's a fun, entertaining game in the first quarter.
I agree. This is a fun one here tonight as we see these two teams matching up fairly well against each other. Sioux Falls, Washington does generally score about 10 points more a game than the Arrows. So we'll see if the Washington tries to pull away here, if the Arrows can stay with them and stay on top. Peterson looks low. Now the Arrows do come out not in a man-to-man, but they are playing zone. Shots up by Woods, and she gets that to go for a three-pointer, 16-14. Woods shoots 27% from three-point land. And that foul is going to be called on the Arrows. Maybe Avery Munger, is that who's going to be called with the push, trying to get the offensive board. That is her first on the night. Avery Munger, another multi-sport athlete. She was on that state tournament team in volleyball for the Arrows and playing her senior campaign here for, obviously, the Arrows.
Claire Woods off to a nice start with Washington, going 2 for 2 from the three-point. Her last 2 shots have been 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, she's quick. I've been impressed with her. She's had a steal, I think, even today. But here, Dana Harp just took a nice dribble drive into the lane. Her sisters, again, twins, playing at USF, I believe, if memory has me serves me well. And Brooklyn and Hannah. Speaking of, we'll talk about that in a minute, but Madison Grimsrud, number 40 for the Arrows, and she's a 6'1" junior, averages 1.2. She is going to face off down low against the maybe a little bit shorter Warrior of Harkema. Johnston with the shot. No good, and that is off Harkema. So the Arrows will inbound this from underneath their basket. Harkema is going to take a breather, while Ava Brink, another 6'1" senior center. You know, Harkema they've got her listed at 6'2", and Madison Grimsrud at 6'1". You know, it looked to me that Madison was a little bit taller than Harkema, so one or the other is not measured correctly.
Or our angle is bad, one or the other.
Faulkner with a nice roller, no good. She gets her own rebound, no good again, and rebound by Sarda. So Sarda back in the game and now they've corrected it on the board with 2 fouls. So Earlier they had her at 3, but I think it's probably more accurate at 2. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Madison Grimsrud. You know, if we talk about some, and we did in the pregame about the, look at this replay, just fantastic, and you can see that come over. Good call. Grid replay down there. Looks like Mason Mogg on the camera angle. He is a high school student here at Watertown and does a great job. He's a mainstay for Aero TV. I've been talking a little bit, but last night I got to watch a former Watertown Sioux Falls, Washington Warrior on ESPN. Jackalinga Menentanda plays for the Texas Longhorns, and they defeated the Baylor Bears last night, 67-55. But those of you that are tuning in tonight that have watched the Warriors in the past, or even if you're a basketball fan, you know that she is just a phenomenal athlete that comes out of South Dakota. You know, 6'2", so she was taller, but played guard in South Dakota, was the 2022 Gatorade Player of the Year, Lynn.
Yes, she was.
Faulkner with the shot, no good, but Thury is there for the rebound, taken away by Woods. We talked about Woods in that quick. So Woods rebound by Jade Lund.
Woods a 5'7" junior, so she'll have another year to go. Key player on this team.
She is another javelin thrower for the Warriors. Nice shot by Faulkner. (16-17). We got a good one before us. 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in period number 2. Good ball movement right now by the Warriors. No good. Emery Thury with the rebound. Emery's got dishes out to Johnston. Johnston's open. She shoots. No good. Rebound is to Peterson of the Warriors. Peterson's going to get it off to Woods, their point guard. Out to Kennett. Now down low, gives it back to Kennett. Kennett goes up and shoots, and she is fouled. So Kennett is going to go to the free throw line.
Typically what happens when you have the ball on the wing or on the post and you take it hard to the basket? What happens? Typically only good things, right?
Typically. Rylan Kennett, another multi-sport athlete out on the court. She is a right side for the Warrior volleyball team. And we're seeing Jordan Remmers, a freshman for the Watertown Arrows, seeing her first action here tonight. She's been getting a lot of minutes as the season has progressed and has really done a nice job as a freshman.
She has. Well composed, handles herself very well on the court for a freshman.
And Kennett gets that one to go. You know, Kennett gives some advice to other freshmen, and you know, I think this is true no matter what school you you go to, but she says enjoy every moment of high school because it flies by and it is some of the best times of your life. So good advice by Rylan Kennett. Nice drive, and she is fouled. The Arrows will take this out at the sideline. Remmers will inbound this. She inbounds it to Faulkner. Faulkner, the southpaw. She goes over to Lund, just a little bit over Lund's head. It looked like they were setting up a play for her. Lund with the turnover. Not a great pass trying to get to Thury. Woods with the steal. She gets it to the corner. Now down low. Good ball movement by Washington, and that is a shot that's up and good by Tierney Schramm. Faulkner to Remmers. Remmers goes to Thury at the top. Thury looks down to Munger. Munger can't handle it, gets it to Remmers. Remmers Loses her grasp, now to Thury at the elbow. Thury with the drive. She goes up off the glass, she's got it. Emery Thury with her 6th point tonight. Arrows in a zone defense.
One thing that Washington hasn't done tonight, that every game that's been here at the arena, the opposing team has put some significant pressure on Watertown on the press, either on the make or after the miss. Or they pressure them pretty hard. So Washington is choosing not to do that.
Kerrigan Harkema just had position there and gets it to go. Another mid-range shot by the Arrows, and Jade Lund gets that one to drop. So they're shooting both teams fairly well, I think, tonight.
They are. Washington 44%, Watertown 41%.
Jade Lund gets the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on a Warrior. And who are they going to call that? That could be now Sardas. No, they're going to call that on 30, it looks like. So that would be on Tierney Schramm. Tierney Schramm has 2 fouls on the evening. Two minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Warriors up by 2. 22-20. Looking to go down to Grimsrud. Grimsrud dishes out to Johnston. Johnston is guarded nicely by Peterson. Now skip pass over to Neely. Neely to Remmers. Remmers to Johnson. Nothing going on, so Addie Johnston's going to reset this offense. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Down to 5, 4. And we're going to have 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock, but that is a turnover. It did go off of Addie Johnson. She had an open lane to the basket.
She did. The pass was there. She just kind of got tripped up on her own feet, I think, and just stumbled to the floor. Wasn't able to handle it. But everything was there. It looked good. It was a nice execution.
Steal by the Arrows. Thury's going to push this up the court. Now does hand off to Addie Johnston. Johnston to Johnson. Back to Thury. Thury over to Addie. Addie looks low. Nothing going on. Remmers now into Madison Grimsrud. Grimsrud with the dribble. She goes up to the left-hand mini hook. No good. Rebound by Grace Peterson. Peterson with the dribble. She now dishes out to Woods. Woods shoots. No good. Rebound. Down low. Now Madison Grimsrud comes down with the rebound for the Arrows. Gives it off to Johnston. Johnston will push it up the court. And Thury is picked. They've got numbers. The Warriors do. They push it up to Woods. Woods running the court. She goes with the underhand right hand shot, and she gets that to go. Claire Woods, the point guard. She came off the bench last year for the Warriors. She also officiates youth basketball, so she gives back in officiating this sport. Foul is called on Neely Johnson. 29 seconds remaining. Their shot clock is off, but we are at 5 fouls for the Arrows. This will send the Warriors to the free throw line. Dana Hart. (25-20) Warriors up with 29 seconds remaining. Harp shoots, gets a second one to go. So nice shooting by Harp. Inbound to Johnston. Johnston will get across the 10-second line. Shot clock is off. Good defense in that zone defense by the Warriors. Maddie Grimsrud with the mid-range. She's got it to go. Nice shot by Madison Grimsrud, the 6'1" center. And no good. So that's how we're going to end this half, with the Warriors up 26-22. This is a good one we've got in the Watertown Civic Arena. between the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors and the Watertown Arrows. We are going to catch our breath, take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm JD Young, and I played for the Arrows from 2019 to 2023. I don't really have a specific favorite memory, but I'd have to say it would go from all the bus rides to making it to the state tournament, to all the relationships I created throughout my years, and building the culture. Arrow basketball is truly one of a kind. You're watching Arrow TV. Go Arrows!
I'm Molly Hendricks, I'm a junior. I'm Madison Grimsrud, and I'm a junior. Molly, would you rather live in the ocean or on the moon? Live in the ocean. Would you rather visit the past or travel into the future? Probably the past. Are you always slightly late or slightly early? Slightly late. What was your childhood dream job? A nurse. What's better, summer or winter? Winter. Oh, are you a Swiftie or not? Yes. Traveling for vacation, flying or driving? Flying. How do you feel about clowns? I think they're pretty scary. Movies, rom-coms or horror flicks? Rom-coms. Do fish get thirsty? That's a good question. I don't think they do.
Hi, I'm Annie Cummings, and I played for the Arrows from 2015 to 2019. My favorite memory was when Mateo Walder hit a near full court shot. You're watching Arrow TV.
I'm Kinsey Russell, I'm a sophomore. I'm Emma Hendricks, and I'm a junior. Okay. Would you rather have an extra toe or an extra finger? Extra toe. Would you rather have the ability to be invisible or to read people's minds? Read people's minds. On a trip, do you have to plan everything or just wing it? Just wing it. Okay, movies. Rom-coms or horror flicks? Probably horror. How do you feel about clowns? They're pretty scary. Okay, cats or dogs? Oh, definitely dogs. Okay. What's the biggest animal, or what's the best animal sound you can make? Oh gosh. Probably a dog. Want to demonstrate? Okay, you have to give up one per week. Your phone or showering? My phone. What are you really bad at? I don't know. Okay.
And welcome back to the Watertown Civic Arena, where the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors lead 26-22. By the way, get your Kahoot open and you can play along with us here on Arrow TV. We're going to go to Kahoot in just a moment, and it is South Dakota Twins trivia. It's basketball trivia though, but think Twins and Harp. Lynn, you've got us some stats here at halftime.
So we've closed out the first half pretty clean. Turnover 7 for Watertown, 3 for Washington. So, Watertown's kind of been plagued by that turnover bug. Pretty nice to see a low turnover count by historical standards here for Watertown. So 7-3 there. Field goal percentage, that stayed at 40% for Washington, 41% for Watertown. So somewhat good shooting teams there. Watertown 1 for 5 in the three-point range. Washington 3 for 9 for 30%. Watertown was 1 for 1 in free throws. Washington 7 for 14. So they're certainly getting to the line a lot more. Individually, Watertown led by Jade Lund with 8. Emery Thury with 6. Miranda with 4. Eddie Johnston and Madison Grimsrud with 2 apiece to round out their 22. Washington led by Claire Woods, still 2 3-pointers and a 2-pointer who are 8 points. And then pretty balanced after that. Kerrigan with 4. We had Grace and Ryland with 3 apiece, as well as Tierney. And then Isabel had 2. So pretty balanced attack overall for both teams. Rebounds, Emery was leading the way for Watertown with 7. Miranda with Falconer with 3. And Washington led by a trio of girls. Well, actually 4 girls had 2 apiece. So pretty even in the rebounds as well.
Well, very good. Kahoot. It's Kahoot time.
There we go. All right, let's do it.
All right, we're waiting just for the numbers to get in and our director, Ryan Remmers, to push start. And we will have South Dakota Twins basketball trivia right here on Aero TV. We've got some good ones, and here we go. Do you know it? Don't say it yet.
Yes.
Stacy Schooley, class of 1991, and a Hall of Famer for the Watertown Arrows. She was inducted in 2021. Her dad, Doug Schooley, was also a Hall of Famer here for the Watertown Arrows. If you were paying attention, you know this answer. I've already said it. Brooklyn and Hannah Harp, now playing at the University of Sioux Falls Cougars. Do you know this one?
I do not.
You do not. Answer is Groton. By the way, these twins were both four-year starters and both averaged over 20 points per game as juniors. Played at Black Hills State University. And Travis, current head coach at USF. Been there 16 years.
This one I do know. They were fun to watch.
They were fun to watch. Yes. They were from Summit, the class of 2013. They won 2 state championships at Summit. Both went on to play at Augustana.
If I remember right, they won, Castlewood won, and then they won again. Kind of split the middle.
Okay. Well, you would know. You're kind of a Castlewood alum, right?
That's what I think. But
Mitchell, class of 2004. They won the state championship in 2003, and both of them started at Texas State for a year and then transferred to USD, where they led the Coyotes to the NCAA Division II title game in 2008. Northern State, so a lot of people knew that answer. They helped the Wolves to 2 NAIA national tournaments. Runners up both times.
yes, they were.
Midland Vikings. Does Midland still have a high school? If somebody's out there, I don't know if they do or not.
I'm going to venture to say no.
Both Corey and Kevin played basketball at the Dakota Wesleyan down there in Mitchell. We saw Jada Young, former Arrow, currently playing for the women's basketball team for the Tigers down there at Dakota Wesleyan. Drew and Madison. Madison played at SDSU and Drew at USF. Their mom, Melissa Olson, she played for Sioux Falls Lincoln in 1983 and was the first Augustana Viking player to score 2,000 points. But guess what? That was South Dakota Twins basketball trivia, but we've missed a couple of twins. Coach Jamie Parrish, he is a father of twins, and our own director Ryan Remmers is a father of twins. So a lot of twins going on here tonight on Arrow TV.
And if Google serves me correctly, Midland High School closed in 2008.
2008. That I didn't think that they still had a high school there. We are back for the second half of the Watertown Civic Arena, where the Warriors are up 26-20. Woods going to drive. She is stopped at the free throw line by Thury. Shots up by Sarda. No good. Falconer with the rebound. Munger at the top. She's going to dribble, and she's going to be fouled by Claire Woods. 5'7" junior guard, averages 6.8 points per game. And that is, or are they calling that? Yeah, that's on Woods. That's her second foul.
Really no foul trouble in that first half for either team.
Thury with the shot, no good. Rebound by Sarda. Miranda Falconer hits the deck there. We're going to call a travel on the rebound of Sarda. Timeout called by Coach Chad Rohde in his second year as the head coach of the Watertown Arrows. In his first year last year, he led the helm and for Watertown, taking them to state tournament where they ended up taking 8th place. We're doing a live feed into Sioux Falls, Washington, down in Sioux Falls, where the Watertown Arrow boys are facing off against the Warriors in this mirror scheduling. Arrows up 28-16 as we see with 1:14 remaining in period number 2. What do you think of this mirror scheduling?
Good and bad. You could debate it all day long, and I could argue either point, either way.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm a big fan of it because I am a fan of basketball. I'm a fan of our Arrow athletics, and we're calling the girls' game, so we can't really watch the boys. And obviously, the boys are down there. And
right.
What if you have a child, which I do? I have one on the girls' team, and I have one on the boys' team, so it's kind of hard to see both.
One parent goes one way, and one parent goes the other.
Well, I guess that is one way of dividing and conquering.
It's not ideal, but I suppose overall it serves a purpose and it works out.
We had another conversation we could talk about. So this past week, the South Dakota High School Activities Association Board of Directors, shots up by Lund. She's got it. Bullseye for Jade Lund. Jade Lund now with 11 points. Quickly 2 points in for Sioux Falls, Washington. South Dakota High School Activities Association had their board of directors meeting, and one of the proposals was in AA to remove the SODAC 16 and create kind of like divisions. And you'd have a Metro division, an East division, and a West division. And the winner of each division would get an automatic bid to the state tournament, and then you'd have a playoff in seeding for the others.
So what teams outside of Sioux Falls proper would be Metro?
Outside of Sioux Falls proper, Brandon Valley and Harrisburg. Foul is going to be called here on the court, and this will keep the Arrows on the sideline. They will inbound it there. Harrisburg and Brandon Valley would be the two outside of really that Metro. But T would be in the East. I don't believe that proposal passed, but it was the first time I had heard that conversation.
It is an interesting concept, and I'm sure it'll be brought up again and discussed, but To me, Sodak 16 works pretty well.
Yeah, I like the Sodak 16 too. Argument is, maybe Avery Munger goes in strong, and we've seen her again. This is the third game where she has been playing stronger down in the paint and at the block.
Right.
She's going to go to the line. Avery Munger is averages 3.3 points per game. Shoots the free throw at around 40%. First one, no good.
So the proposal, that was brought up to create the divisions. What are we talking about? The reasons behind that?
Well, I honestly, I'm not exactly sure because I didn't listen online. It was only some discussion that I've heard, amongst some folks. But I assume that the metro schools have really been, dominant, and this allows and makes sure that we're getting a, geographical maybe participation, which are we into? I don't know. If somebody else knows the reason and rationale, come on to Aero TV right here in the live chat and put it down and educate us a little bit, so we know what some of the other thoughts are out there on this East, West, and Metro divisions. Again, I don't believe it passed, but it was a proposal that was brought up this year just this past week. Foul called on the Arrows. This is going to send Dana Harp back to the free throw line. Dana Harp shoots the free throw at 76.2%. She is a 7.1 points per game average shooter. First one's up, no good. So rare miss. We're going to have Schramm and Harkema in for Sioux Falls, Washington.
I did receive a message on that that said, suggested it was possibly one of the West River schools that proposed that idea, but I don't have any information beyond that at this point, or what that means.
Jordan Remmers in for the Arrows, looks low, now over to Faulkner. Faulkner to Johnston. Johnston looks low. Washington coming out in a zone defense. Remmers with the left-hand dribble. She kind of loses it, can do nothing but shoot it. But the rebound comes down to the Arrows, and Emery Thury picks up the trash and puts that in for the bucket. Sarda tries to go to the wing and picked off by the Arrows. Now Remmers shoots the three and just a little short. Sarda gets the rebound, so nothing hurt on that turnover. Remmers with the rebound. So both teams pushing up the court. Now Remmers going to slow it down. Coach Rohde says, wait a minute, slow it down, and Remmers does. Gets it over to Addie Johnston. Warriors again in, that zone defense. Penetrated, rebound by Sarda. Kennett with the drive now, gives it out to Harkema. Harkema looks low, and that is going to be a foul on Avery Munger, and she did have a push, and that was on Schramm. So the Warriors will inbound this underneath the bucket. We'll see Peterson come back into the game. And Peterson's going to get the shot. She shoots, no good. Munger gets the rebound. She clears it out now to Faulkner. Faulkner's going to run the point with Addie Johnston out. Down low to Avery Munger. Avery Munger works, nothing going on. Outlets it to Remmers. Remmers drives, and she's going to be called for a travel, and that is a good call down low.
Avery Munger, when she had that ball down low just there, she looked like she could have easily changed that pivot foot. She had a nice job of getting rid of it before she had to change feet.
Grace Peterson tells us that she just loves representing Washington High School. She believes that she loves the culture there at Washington High School and wants to encourage more girls to participate in sports. She also is a multi-sport athlete. She's actually a sprinter in track. Tries to get over the top of 30, and they do. Now a fight down on the ground between Peterson and Jade Lund. Possession is going to remain with Sioux Falls, Washington.
Kind of another snappy quarter. The game is just sliding right along, and again, not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers, not incredibly sloppy plays. Just kind of nice to see a fun, entertaining game tonight here in the arena.
Shots up by Woods. No good. Rebound by Harkema. Nothing going on. Rebound by the Arrows, and she's going to get fouled. That is Malia Kranz. Faulkner with the left hand to Thury. Thury with the drive. She is blocked and comes down with the ball, so they're going to call a travel on Emery Thury. Harp comes back in for the Warriors, as does Addie Johnston for the Arrows. Another point of community news that happened this week in Watertown. Again, the Lake Area Technical College was named by Intelligent.com as the #1 community college in South Dakota. So the awards just keep coming for Lake Area Tech. Shots up, and nice positioning down low by Harp. She goes back up, and Faulkner with the rebound. She was pushed, not called. So Rylan Kennett actually, she wasn't called for the foul. And the Arrows now with the offensive side. Again, looking at that zone of the Warriors. Thury, left-hand drive. She goes in, and she's going to be fouled. That will send Emery Thury to the free throw line.
And, going back to that Lake Area community news, and you're right, it seems like every week there's something come out of Lake Area that is positive. What a great facility to have in Watertown, a great institution.
That foul was called on number 44, Ava Brink. That is her second foul. Emery Thury, a 53% free throw shooter. Up, no good. Rebound by way of the Warriors.
Neither team capitalizing here at the free throw line. Washington 8 of 16, and Watertown a little worse at 2 for 5.
16 times to the free throw line, though. That's a big number.
It's a big number. And with the 1-point game, with both teams shooting at best 50%.
Thury stops. She outlets it to Lund. Lund shoots. She's got it. Boom! Jade Lund. We talked about her. She is a streaky shooter. She can put up big numbers quickly, and she's up to 14 points for a game high right now in the third quarter.
Jade is 3 for 5 from the beyond the arc tonight.
Nice rebound by Addie Johnston off the miss. Johnston's going to bring it back up. 31-29. The Arrows up by 2. Warriors look like they're going to go man-to-man. Well, they're going to stay in a defense. Try to get to Lund. Nothing going on. Gives it over to Faulkner. Faulkner shoots. The lefty goes up. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound by Woods. So 3 quarters are in the books. We've got a game. 31-29. Arrows up. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sharp Automotive Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
Welcome back to the Watertown Civic Arena. Cam Corey and Lynn Langrock here with you tonight for this game. The Arrows up 31-29. Here at Arrow TV, this is a partnership between law enforcement and our high school students. It is a partnership between high school students and the community. Community is all on board. We would be remiss if we did not. We've got the easy job, Lynn and I do. We just get to talk, but those behind the scenes are what make us special. And our technical director tonight is Carter Miller, class of 2023, Jade Lund. She's got it again. Jade Lund with an Arrow bullseye. On our video board is Brandon Crom. He is an 11th grader, and matched up right back is number 32 of Rylan Kennett. She shoots 28.6% from the three-point line. Our camera operators tonight are Mason Mogg, a 9th grader, Jaron Mogg, a 7th grader, Jonathan McCorkle, 11th grader, Kyle Gall, Watertown High School, class of 2008. On the replays, Austin Thompson, class of 2015. And we are produced by Ryan Remmers, class of 1992, and a current employed police officer. Thury down low. She gives it out to Johnston. Johnston shoots. No good. Rebound by Sarda.
It just, and what these guys do, the boys and girls here, this Arrow TV, and I had no idea. It's just incredible the work they put in and the time they put in to make this possible.
Shots up by Grace Peterson. She got that to go. She's a 37% three-point shooter. Grace Peterson right now is at, what is she at? 6 points, and she averages 13.8, so the Arrow's doing a nice job holding her in check tonight. Miranda Falconer goes with the left hand, and she's the last to touch it.
Went off her foot,
Coach Rohde doesn't agree, neither does Miranda Falconer, but that is the call of our officials, so Washington will take possession. Over to Sarda. Sarda now to the corner of Schramm. Schramm gives it back to Sarda. The Arrows playing a zone defense. Shots up by Sarda, no good. Thury goes up, and it is rebounded by Washington. Peterson shoots, no good, and it is cleared down by the boards of the Arrows. Addie Johnson wearing number 4, guarded closely by Harp. She gives it out to Munger. Munger on the drive. She stopped now at the Thury. Thury shoots, no good. Rebound by Rylan Kennett. 35-34 in period number 4. 5:44 remaining. Peterson guarded very closely by Emery Thury. Maybe that's one of the reasons why she's been held in check. Emery Thury, one of our better defenders, but that's sharp shooting by Rylan Kennett. She was one of our impact players here tonight in the pregame, and she gets that one to go. She averages 7.2 points per game. She's got 9 points, so she is over her average.
And is that 3 for 3 in the last 3 3-point attempts by Washington, I believe?
Falconer tries to match that up, and she does not get the friendly roll of the Watertown Civic Arena. The Warriors are going to push this up the court. Now they're going to get into half-court offense. So we'll see how long the Arrows stay in this zone after that 3 for 3. Drive down low is Grace Peterson, and she is fouled by Emery Thury. Grace Peterson is going to go to the free throw line. You know, another proposal that we had, we'll keep it right here during this break, but another proposal was the eliminating the Sodak 16 and not eliminating Sodak 16. Let me rephrase that. The proposal was not having the meet in the middle type of game. So A and B teams will now host at the higher seed instead of going to, you know, they've tried to meet in the middle for travel, and that proposal, I believe, did pass. And so we won't see any more A and B Sodak 16 games here in the Watertown Civic Arena if I read that proposal right, which I'm a little disappointed in. I understand it's probably best in having one team travel rather than two. But I always enjoyed calling them here on Aero TV and seeing them play in the Watertown Civic Arena. But that proposal did change, which makes sense.
You know, and I don't disagree with that. It's nice to have, it's a reward for the higher seed to have a home game. So I think, yeah, it's good. I get the point there, but I like the higher seed getting the home game.
Or Grace Peterson at the line. By the way, Grace Peterson eats a pregame Snickers.
Hard to go wrong with the Snickers. My pregame was pancakes and eggs.
Was it?
Didn't work that well.
Addie Johnston takes that rebound off the miss of Peterson. Now over to Remmers, the freshman. Munger out at the wing. Back to Addie Johnston. Remmers shoots. No good. Rebound fought for by Thury, and couldn't tell who else tied her up. But possession does go down to Sioux Falls, Washington.
Washington has led the majority of this game. Watertown did a really nice job early in this quarter, built a small lead, and Washington just came storming back and has now taken a 5-point lead.
Number 44 down below of Ava Brink. The 6'1" senior gets 2 points. It's her first 2 points on the evening. So Washington now getting a bit of a lead. Faulkner with the shot, and no good. Rebound by Remmers, and they're going to call a foul on Emery Thury. Coach Rohde doesn't like it. Jade Lund checks in for Remmers. The Arrows will come out, looks like, in a full court press. And they need to get a quick score here. The Washington went up when they're at 3 for 3 and those 3 back-to-back-to-back three-pointers. Woods gets it across that 10-second line. She's going to drive. She's stopped by Munger, and they're going to call Thury with another foul, a body foul, as Woods drove in. Thury is going to have, is that number 4 on Emery Thury? If that is her 4th, or did they, I don't understand, did they call?
That is her 4th.
Yeah, that is her 4th. I saw it up on the board as number 4, and I'm like, that isn't right. But Emery Thury has 4 fouls. That would not, that would hurt the Arrows.
It definitely would. Looks like we have a live look here at the Sioux Falls game.
34-30 with the Arrows up in period number 3, 4:24 remaining. And we do appreciate Sioux Falls, Washington, with allowing us to have a feed here and being able to show this also on Aero TV.
Turnovers, 12 Watertown, 8 Washington. Rebounds, 26 Watertown, 27 Washington. Pretty even there. Free throws haven't changed much, 50% and 40% for Watertown. Field goals, 37 and 32% Warriors and Arrows. So they've cooled off a little bit in the shooting, but still both teams fairly even.
Woods thinks about it. She takes a short range. It is blocked by the Arrows. And last touched by Watertown. Possession remains to Sioux Falls, Washington. They'll inbound underneath their basket. Woods will inbound. She's looking. She finally gets it out to Sarda. Sarda right-hand dribble. Over to Woods. Now into the corner. She shoots. Kennett, no good. Rebound, Jade Lund. Jade Lund's going to clear this out to Johnston. The Arrows have some work to do, down 7. Plenty of time remaining in 3 minutes, 18 seconds. Thury looks. Thury left-hand dribble. She goes in, and she gets that to go. Timeout's called. We're going to take it as well. We'll be back.
Hi, my name is Jamie Berry Adams, and I played basketball for the Arrows from 1993 to 1996. I was on the state championship basketball team in 1993. You are watching Arrow TV. Good luck, Arrows.
And a special thanks to Jamie Berry Adams. You know, definitely a top 3 basketball player ever coming out of the Watertown High School, a current assistant for the Bison up there at North Dakota State University, and we appreciate her giving back to her high school and to Arrow TV. You know, Roger Merriam, longtime sports reporter for the Watertown Public Opinion, puts Jamie Berry as the best basketball player, arguably athlete to come out of Watertown High School. You know, you could put Tara Heiser King in there. You could put Taya Miller, who we saw, now the head coach down there actually out west at Rapid City Central. But Tara Heiser King, she's the head coach in Arlington. So we've got, 3 of the best basketball players out of women's basketball all giving back and coaching. Addie Johnston picked up by Woods. Nice shot by Munger down low. Avery Munger with 3 points on the evening.
Both teams at 35% field goal percentage for the game.
Sarda loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds. Arrow basketball.
Kind of the difference so far, Cam. Washington has made 2 more 3-point field goals and 7 more free throws. So again, that both teams poor free throw percentage, and in a close game, we'll see which one it haunts more at the end of the game.
The Arrows do have it down to 3. Thury playing with 4 fouls. I'd be surprised if Washington doesn't go right at her on the offensive side. Thury shoots, no good. Faulkner with the rebound, goes up strong with the right hand, no good. Fights down low. Thury. Sarda comes out with the loose ball. She's got numbers. She gives it over to Woods. The Arrows now getting back on defense. Wide open, gives up the 3-point shot. Does number 22 of Dana Harp, now over to Woods. Woods guarded by Johnson. Minute 25 remaining. Down low to Peterson. Now Sarda, right, left-hand dribble. She sees an open Dana Harp, but Dana Harp goes off the glass for 2. Sioux Falls, Washington up by 5. A minute 15 remaining. Nice rebound, or replay here. We can see to that outside, just off the glass, and she gets it to go.
You know, it is that is so nice to see, that shot off the glass. That certainly looked like an intentional shot, like it wasn't luck. She meant to do that off the glass. It's something I preach and coach constantly, but to get people to use that big block of glass is really hard, and that was a nice shot.
You know, the other thing that we have here, I agree with you, and another thing we have here at the Watertown Civic Arena and on Arrow TV is we have our hoops mic'd. So we can't hear what it sounds like for our viewers, but I bet that was a nice sound off the glass.
Yes, it was. Credit to her for that shot.
Yeah, you don't see that. That's an old school type of shot. It's fun to see that. We've seen some old school stuff in the mid-range and some dribble drive off the glass. Emery Thury is going to be fouled, I believe, by Sarda. This will send Emery Thury to the free throw line. Emery Thury averages 9.6 points per game, and she is over her average. She's at 10. She also averages 8.4 rebounds per game. What does she have for rebounds tonight?
Emery on the rebound has 10.
So she's got a double-double.
She is leading Watertown in rebounds.
Rebound off the miss of Thury's free throw. Washington gets that. 51 seconds remaining. Arrows down by 5. No foul yet. Washington taking time off. They look low to Peterson. Peterson is stopped. Now out to Sarda. Sarda shoots a 3. No good. And flashing in is Harp, and misses the shot. Now Thury brings it down. Now to Johnston. Johnston gives it over to Lund. Lund to Falconer. Falconer shoots the 3. She's got it! Miranda Falconer drains that one. The Arrows now down by 2, 21.7 seconds remaining. Coach Rohde calls a timeout off of the shot by Falconer, and he's going to talk about it. Let's. What do you do? Do you come out in a full court, press, or are you going to foul?
At this point, Coach Rohde is setting up what they need to look for. Obviously, Washington doesn't need to shoot the ball. There's going to be no shot clock, so they're going to go for that steal initially. And if they don't get that, they're going to need to foul. And they have a couple fouls to give yet, I believe. They have one to give before it sends Washington to the line. So take some chances. And if you don't get it, fine, foul, and give yourself a couple chances yet to get a couple shots at the basket before the game's over. But yeah, going to have to go for a steal, and then if not, foul.
21.7 seconds remaining. Arrows down by 2. Warriors will inbound this ball underneath their basket. Each team has 3 fouls. Woods is going to inbound it. She's guarded there by Thury. Woods looking to get in. She runs the baseline, and attempted steal by Falconer. She does get the ball, but she's going to foul on her way to get the steal. That is the 4th foul in this period. So the Arrows have another chance of getting a steal. Woods gets it in now to Peterson, and Avery Munger's going to foul Peterson. Peterson is a 76.2 free throw shooter, so one of the better free throw shooters for the Warriors. The only one better than Peterson is Rylan Kennett at 79.2. Peterson, the second team All-State player. She has a goal of playing college basketball. Her first shot's up in a pressure situation. She gets that to go. Now, Sioux Falls, Washington up by 3. 19.1 seconds remaining.
Peterson 2 for 3 on the night from the free throw line, and now 3 for 4.
Timeout called by Coach Parrish with his team up by 4, 19 seconds remaining.
Well, and there's a reason they got the ball into her.
So they can, put, another foul before the Arrows go to the free throw line. Do you allow the Arrows to get it in, dribble, foul, and what do you think about that strategy?
I think you just play good, solid defense. don't take any chances. You don't need to take chances. Watertown, when you get down, if you have a good look at a 3, take it, but certainly they'll probably be guarding against that a little bit. Take the easy 2, and then we're back to that 2-point game again. We have plenty of time. When Washington gets the ball back in, foul, and you kind of play the free throw game at this point.
Fair enough. That's why you're here tonight.
But I'm not on the sideline coaching. Remember that part. Both teams 34% at the field goal percentage. 31 to 25%. Washington leading in 3-point field goals. Both teams still pretty poor at the free throw line. 11 for 20 Washington, 2 for 7 Watertown.
Miranda Faulkner's going to inbound this to Addie Johnston. Addie's going to get the ball, 18 seconds. Gets across the 10-second line. Needs some movement. Addie Johnson dribbling out there. She's now going to go after Harp. Gets her own rebound. Jade Lund tries to shoot and double dribble. So that hurts. 4.9 seconds remaining. Coach Rohde, again, not liking the call. Washington getting in with 5 seconds remaining. Timeout called by Coach Parrish. Seconds were ticking off there. 4.9 seconds remaining. And the Washington Warriors up by 4.
Pretty tough spot for the Arrows right now. If they don't get that steal right away, it's going to be tough to come back from this one.
So stay with us. We'll have a short post game for you, and we'll let you know what the future broadcasts are. If you are just tuning in for the first time at Arrow TV, we love sports. We love activities. We've got our students and our community members. They are, doing the volleyball earlier, the basketball, men's and women's. We've got gymnastics. We have wrestling. We've got chorus. We have band. Everything you can name, we do here on Arrow TV. Also, we've got the classics. You can go on there and see so much of history playing. You can see Mike Miller out there in the Watertown Classics. Addie Johnson tries to go for the steal, and she's going to get called for the foul. 3.4 seconds remaining. But you can go into Arrow TV, log on, subscribe. If you love basketball, love high school basketball, Ryan Remmers has done a nice job going back and putting some classics out there for us.
More just how Arrow TV is getting better and better and better as time goes on.
Sam Mooney, who commented here on our broadcast tonight, he's going to bring you the next game, the boys' game against Sioux Falls Jefferson on Tuesday, along with the Hall of Famer Brian Norberg, and they're going to have an official with them in Josh Mogg. So he's going to give the insight of an official. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. Langrock's going to give you some post-game statistics.
Hi, I'm Tara Heiser-King, and I played basketball for the Arrows from 2005 to 2009. Winning the state basketball championships in 2007 and 2009 are some of my greatest memories of being an Arrow. You are watching Arrow TV. Go Arrows!
I'm Jade Lund, and I'm a senior.
I'm Addie Hyvert, and I'm also a senior. All right, Jade, would you rather have terrible memory or absolutely no common sense?
Probably no common sense because, I don't know. I'm already kind of, no, I'm just kidding. Okay. Would you rather wear pants 3 sizes too big or shoes 3 sizes too small?
I mean, I'll say the pants because you can wear a belt.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You're traveling for vacation. Are you flying or driving?
Flying. Driving, oh, actually where?
You know, just so don't roll.
Okay, probably fly. Okay. All right, your childhood dream job, what is it?
It was actually a daycare lady, and I work at a daycare now, so there's that. When you watch movies, are you watching rom-coms or horror flicks?
Rom-coms. Not for me. Not, yeah. Okay. What's your best animal sound that you can make?
Hey Jade, is Bigfoot real?
No, I can't. I don't. Well, I don't know. No. Okay, no. The craziest fashion trend you've rocked, what is it?
Fashion trend?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, okay, sometimes people say I dress like a high fashion grandma, so I feel like, as a whole, it's just that.
But you pull it off.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, are you a cat or a dog person?
Definitely a cat. I've never had a pet, but if I were to, it would be a dog.
Okay.
Yep. Study hard all semester or cram the night before a test?
Honestly, I cram the night before.
Yeah, that's fair.
How to study.
That's good. Ooh.
And welcome back to the Watertown Civic Arena, where the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors come into the home of the Arrows, and they defeat them tonight 46-41. So the Washington Warriors even up their record on the year to 7-7, while the Watertown Arrows drop to 3-11 on the year. Lynn, what do we got for some post-game statistics?
Well, the Washington 5-point win. Field goals, 34% Washington, 32% Watertown. Kind of stayed pretty consistently with each other the whole game. Washington was 6 for 19 on the threes. Watertown 5 for 22. Free throws. Probably a dark spot for both teams. 12 for 22 Washington, 2 for 7 Watertown. For Watertown, 28%. Washington 54%. Not a great effort there on those. Rebounds was won by Washington 33-32. Turnovers was won by Washington 9-13. So I guess, one thing to point out, we talked about it quite a bit earlier. It was fairly clean ball. Wasn't a lot of bad passes or mistakes. So in the turnovers, we've seen Watertown certainly be plagued by that. To have 13 was a good night for them. Individually, Watertown was led by Jade Lund with 17 on that hot three-point shooting. And next was Emery Thury. She had the double-double with 10 points, 11 rebounds. After that, it was 7 points from Miranda Falconer, 3 for Avery Munger, 2 for Addie Johnston, and 2 for Madison Grimsrud. Rebounds after Emery, Miranda had 8, Addie Johnston had 3, Avery Munger with 3, Jordan Remmers 2, and Jade Lund 2. For the Washington Warriors, they were led in scoring. They did not get a double-double, but Ryland Kennett had 9 points and 9 rebounds, so she was right there. Grace Peterson with 9 points, and very balanced. Claire Woods with 8. She had those couple threes early. Had Dana Harp with 6 points, Carta with 3, Schramm with 3, Brink and Harkima for 4 apiece. So it was a very balanced effort there, scoring for Washington. Kind of the difference, I guess, a little better three-point percentage and a better on the free throws was kind of the difference in the game for the Warriors.
Good. The Warriors, or the Arrows, held the Warriors underneath their season average. They averaged 51.4 points per game, and tonight they put in 46 points. And the Arrows, they averaged 42.5 and right at their average of 41. So a nice game, competitive game here in the Watertown Civic Arena between the Warriors and the Arrows. Our next broadcast, next Tuesday, we have Sioux Falls Jefferson coming to the Watertown Civic Arena to face off against the Watertown Arrows. And Sam Mooney on the call that night with the Hall of Famer Brian Norberg and Josh Mogg. He is a basketball referee, going to give some insight as to why certain calls are called. Maybe he could tell us if there is such a thing as over the back.
There you go.
Tune in. Maybe we can learn a little bit on whether there is an over-the-back call in basketball. And 1 week from tonight, Lynn Langrock and I will be back with you as Sioux Falls Roosevelt comes to town and faces off against the women of the Watertown Arrows. So we'll be back with you 1 week from today. Another shout out to those behind the scenes. Our technical director tonight is Carter Miller, class of 2023. On our video board is Brandon Crom, an 11th grader. Camera operators, Mason Mogg, a 9th grader. Jaron Mogg, a 7th grader. Hey, there's Mason right there. Up. Jonathan McCorkle, he's beat. Laying down, he's an 11th grader. Kyle Gall, class of 2008. Our replay operator is Austin Thompson, class of 2015. And our producer is Ryan Remmers, class of 1992. We need to give another shout out to Casey Feiniger of Lake Area Tech. He did some assistance in some setup tonight with our camera work, but super job by all of those students and community members behind the scenes. We just can't thank them enough for all of their work. Well, Lynn, that's a wrap for us here tonight. Any parting thoughts?
And that's another fun game at the Civic Arena, one of the better places in South Dakota for basketball playing and viewing. It's a wonderful venue. Thanks for all the viewers that turned in, and nice job, Cam.
All right, very good. Well, as we do each and every night on Arrow TV Women's Basketball, we want to remind you that an arrow can only be shot by being pulled backwards. So when life is holding you back, it's going to launch you into something great. So keep on shooting. Have a good evening for Lynn and Cam. Good night. One takes the shot. Emery 30 down low. Addie Johnston. Ball takes